Good evening and welcome back to DXB today. Now, if you're planning on getting married or you're just at home fantasizing, we have the show for you, all about the wedding industry in the UAE. And I want to talk about brideclubme.com. It's an online information resource for UAE-based brides-to-be and brides abroad looking at the UAE as a wedding destination. And joining us now is the founder, Rhiannon Downie-Hurst. Rhiannon, thank you so much for being with us again.
Hi, yeah, it's lovely to be back. Love the new studio.
Thank you very much, we appreciate it. Now, tell us, what are the, let's talk trends first.
Yes.
What's the new thing we're seeing when it comes to weddings? Are people bringing their Labubus?
Don't even talk to me about the boo-boos. I'm not going down that road. I hope not. Listen, speaking from the professional point or the personal point, I would always say to brides, the trend is what you want, right, Gori?
100%.
It's what you want, it's what you feel, it's what you are as a couple, it's your story. But the professional head, we are definitely looking at more kind of hybrid weddings, and destination weddings are massively on the rise. So couples are very much looking at new destinations to have their weddings because couples are more multicultural these days. So they want to please everyone, they want to please all elements of their family. We're thinking less kind of Gatsby trends and more immersive experiences. So it's all about the experience and the feeling your guest is left with, if I'm honest. Yeah.
So I went to this place in Abu Dhabi called Team Slab the other day, and it was very immersive and very cool, digitalized. And
I saw that.
Wow, it was fantastic. So how is that? So coming off what you said, how is that integrating into weddings, like tech and weddings? Is that a thing?
Yeah, I mean, technology is obviously huge. AI is very much a big thing at the moment. At weddings, you have holograms. You have brides now using apps. There's an app called Vow AI now, I believe, which can actually help you write your vows and your speeches.
Oh.
I don't know if you would agree with that, but people, you know, especially with the grooms, they can get very, very nervous. So this kind of, you can input information and it will help you craft a speech or your vows.
That's how we write these scripts.
Yeah, but it should be from the heart.
It should be from the heart. I totally agree, but it's there. VR, so brides and grooms can now actually do full tours of venues.
I thought you were going to say VR wedding. That sounds good.
Well, you can. There's a company here that does VR and can bring it to the wedding. And for guests that haven't been able to attend the wedding, they can experience it through VR.
Exactly.
There's lots going on with technology. Yeah.
Actually, Ria, on that point, I think it's quite interesting to know, what do you feel when it comes to how far AI drives the creative desire? You know, we've all seen those videos that go viral where, you know, right now, I mean, the number of times we get that video of a bride, you know, with the day fireworks and poof, the whole sky is like lit up in color. This is one video out of Lake Como. But how does social media and, you know, videos that go viral play a role? And how does that also play into our brides' access to AI, really?
I mean, okay, let's talk about, so that's quite a big question. So we'll talk about social media first. So content creation is massive at the moment when it comes to weddings. So you've got your videographer, you've got your photographer, and now we have content creators. So those are people that come with their phones and they take all the behind the scenes footage that is missing that perhaps the videographer and the photographer wouldn't take. And it's not perfect, you know, it's not perfectly edited, it's raw and it's really meaningful. So that's really popular at the moment. But with kind of AI trends, oh my gosh, wedding planners, designers, they're all getting on that train. AI can really help bring a vision to reality, but logistically, realistically, can they always happen? That's where a wedding planner comes in because they can set expectations.
What are couples' priorities at the moment now? Are they all wanting the big flashy wedding, or are the more smaller intimate weddings more of a thing now? Like what's people's vision on that?
It depends on the culture, it depends on the couple. Honestly, intimate weddings are 100% on the rise since the C word. We don't want to go down that road again, but intimate weddings are certainly more popular. You're seeing more restaurant weddings. So intimate gatherings, beautiful long tablescapes. The importance of the guest. Are the people that you really care about there, or are you just inviting anyone for the sake of it? right? That's more popular these days. But the grandeur weddings they'll never die. They're always going to be there.
I have a statistic,
Yeah.
which I find very, very interesting, and I'm sorry, Gori, but the statistic is the more money you spend on a wedding, the higher the likelihood of divorce. But the more people you get married in front of,
Yeah.
the high likelihood of staying together. So what you want is a
Really?
very cheap, very
Wow.
big
Big wedding.
Are we
Wow.
seeing trends moving in that way? Are people going for the just chill, like don't worry too much about
Gori?
the centerpieces and
I
stuff?
think it's more about experience. Couples
Yeah.
today want experience, you know, more so than spending everything on the larger elements when you break down the budget. But what is really experiential for our
Yeah.
guests? What makes our guests feel like we are literally right next to them as we celebrate this?
They want the feeling.
Exactly. That heart, that can never go away. I mean, the tradition of a wedding will remain has been through centuries, will continue through, you know, it will adapt itself as technology will come in. I mean, all wedding plans, I remember just last year, I think we were all still a bit apprehensive of how we use AI.
Yes.
Now we're not scared of it. We openly use it to our
Yeah.
advantage because our turnaround times can be faster.
Yeah.
And it educates brides and grooms. They know, they have a better visualization. I don't think weddings can ever be replaced, but the experience of how we do it is definitely changing.
Speaking of which, what
100%.
questions are new brides asking you the most?
Oh my gosh. There has been some confusion about legalities, especially inbound destination brides coming into the UAE. So they come to Bride Club and they're like, look, can I legally get married here? Which I believe you've got an expert coming on a bit later to talk about that. Again, budgeting as well. Like they have no clue because most of them have never been married before. So, you know, I'm always very understanding. You know, I know it can be frustrating for some vendors, planners, hotels, and how do they expect, you know, this for that? And I'm like, this is the first time planning a wedding, you know, not everyone has huge budgets. So budgeting, the legalities, and just the sheer overwhelmness of the amount of stunning venues they've got to choose from. The different vendors, are they quality? Are they licensed? Are they going to do quality work? And this is obviously where our platform kind of helps vet a little bit, guide them, etc.
You touched on destination weddings there, and I'm interested to know, are people kind of flying abroad more now to go and get married, or are they staying in the UAE, or are we seeing a huge influx of people wanting to get married here in the UAE? Kind of what's the rhythm of that at the moment when it comes to destination weddings?
Well, destination weddings inbound into the UAE have increased massively, especially from the Indian market, Indian destination wedding market. Also Europe as well. Would you agree?
Yes, 100%. I think inbound has definitely increased,
Yeah.
but I think also because couples are eager for this experiential, intimate feeling, destination weddings automatically end up lowering your head count.
Exactly.
And, you know, you end up being there with the people that you really want
matter.
there. So destinations, you know, definitely are on a rise. And Dubai the UAE being so centrally located opens up so many possibilities. I was just in Vietnam, exploring Vietnam as a destination. I mean, it's incredible for, you know, you don't even need a visa. It's visa on
It's
arrival.
my favorite country to
It's
go
amazing.
to.
There you go. We'll plan your destination wedding there.
Not a bad idea.
Vow
Sorted.
renewal. But in the UAE, more and more couples are actually deciding to stay and marry here. Before, the experience I'm getting is that before they used to look outwardly, but there's been a lot of kind of, again, changes in the legal system, which means that they are able to more confidently and easily legally get married here, as well as have their symbolic ceremonies.
Yeah, I've officiated 3 weddings here.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's so they're steering away from tradition. You know what
Yes,
I mean? And
definitely.
yeah, definitely. That's what the trend I've noticed.
I mean,
So-
there's a singing celebrant as well. Like, I don't know if you can do that,
do a
but
little
we
bit.
need to swap numbers afterwards.
We'll say that's a new avenue for Lynn to go into. Well, Ria, thank you so much for all of your incredible insight. It's been amazing hearing from you.